I'm going to tell you some brutally honest truth. I get so many people that walk up to me and ask me how I became successful. Now that I'm kind of bigger on YouTube, more popular, they'll ask me like what the secret is. What is the secret? And I had this really, really popular like podcaster, radio personality. I don't know, she's amazing. She asked me this exact same question and I tried to answer her and my answer just upset her. She got so upset with my answer that she physically walked away from me and kind of talked trash about me a little bit on the internet. I'm going to tell you the truth. Maybe you can hear it better than she did, but I'm going to break it down for you. All right, let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, or you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
Okay, so let's get right into it. So I get asked this question like, how do you become rich? How do you become successful? How did you become a multimillionaire? How did you do it with kids? All of these types of questions around success. And I love those questions because those are definitely questions you should be asking because those are the questions that I ask as well. I started asking other people and they really will tell you the truth. I have said this a million times before. People are way nicer than I think we give them credit for. I think people are very happy to share their information, happy to tell you how they got things, happy to tell you how to do things. It's just usually we may not be ready for the answer. And I really feel like that is the case now that I can say, unequivocally, I am a real estate multimillionaire. I'm an entrepreneur. I have several successful businesses. I do what I want. I've been able to grow a social media presence. I can really do a lot of things. And I want other people to do those same things because they can. I know this because I started bankrupt, broke, and in my parents' basement. And so I'm going to give you some brutal truths because, like I said, I had this amazing person. She is really amazing, has this really big following, but she doesn't make the money that she wants to because we already know that popularity does not equal profits. Just because someone is famous does not make them rich. And most rich people are not famous. So, knowing those two things, that is kind of a truth. You have to kind of start to think about like, what is rich? That's the first thing. If you say, I want to be rich, you really have to think about, well, what is that? And I don't think we actually do. So when I said that I wanted to be a millionaire and I said that, or actually I just said I wanted to be rich, I said that to one of my coaches and he said, let's break that down. Let's actually have a number. You want to be a millionaire? Okay. And so then we broke that down. Okay. That's $83,333 per month. And then I thought, okay, that's me earning $1 million because we talked about, well, I could just get $1 million cash. And maybe if we do X, Y, and Z, you could end up with $1 million cash. Then he told me a really easy way to become a millionaire was through real estate. You just get, a few properties. You can have a small portfolio of real estate and be a millionaire. You can have 5, 6 properties. Again, they are worth 400,000. You only owe, 200,000. So, let's just say you have 5 of them. You have $200,000 worth of equity in all 5 properties. That's $1 million. So really easy to become a millionaire in lots of different ways. But let's get into these truths because I said this to her, baby, she got mad at me and kind of trash talked me a little bit in a subliminal way. So the first truth that I want to tell you about getting successful is it's in your mind. And people don't realize that it's mindset. And when you start to talk to someone about getting rich and you go to mindset and affirmations and meditation and journaling, they just like, oh God, you know what I mean? It's almost like you said Jesus Christ or or Buddha. They see that almost like this religious thing. And I am truly saying, do you understand that you have to start talking nicer to yourself? It's how you speak to yourself, it's how you see yourself. That is how the world is going to see you. And if you don't see yourself as a rich person, then you are not a rich person. But as soon as you say that you're rich, as soon as you say you're a millionaire, you are, even before the money shows up in your bank account, because now you're going to start to move and act in that way. And this was a concept that was hard for me to understand, but I totally get it. And it's totally true. And every single rich person, millionaire, billionaire, like I said, I have successful clients now. I have actors and celebrities and NBA players and baseball and soccer players. I help them put together portfolios of real estate with my real estate brokerage. I help students learn real estate. I invest in real estate my own self. So I know that it is truly how you talk to yourself. Because they all say that, like, they speak highly of themselves, they think highly of themselves. Some people, of course, are more humble than others because it's not about being an introvert or extrovert, but every wealthy person sees themselves as wealthy and they talk to themselves in a certain way. because that's how they see themselves. Some of them may be very hard on other people because they're very hard on themselves. You know what I mean? People they may be very forgiving, like, oh, I made a mistake, so they're very forgiving of others. That's usually, again, it's how you see yourself. So it's seeing yourself as wealthy. It's seeing yourself, and how do you get to start changing that mindset? It is going to be meditation. It is going to be saying affirmations. It is going to be self-talk. It is going to be journaling. It is going to be in reading books and starting to change your mindset. It is going to be mindset. That is a brutal truth. So let me give you a real one, another one people are not ready for. It's you stopping you. It's no one's fault in the whole world why you are where you are except you. So, and I had to learn and accept that. I had to realize that I had ended up broke, bankrupt, multiple foreclosures, bad credit, living in my parents' basement because of choices that I made. I couldn't blame ex-boyfriends and husbands and girlfriends and friends, and they told me to do this and they taught me. No, I had to really be accountable and realize that everything in my life is my fault. Everything. And that's really hard for people. That one right there. Everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Okay. And this is deep. And I actually went on this really amazing retreat recently, and I met an amazing group of people. We went to Mexico, Mexico City, in the middle of nowhere, and I have no phone and no TV and no internet and no talking about anything except treatment and therapy. It was really therapeutic. And one of the things that we realized and started really deep digging into is facing our fears and realizing that everything is our fault. Okay, so we'll talk about fear in just a second, but everything is our fault. Everything that has happened to you is you, and you're in control. And so people say, what about this? What about that? And all I can tell you is everything, and it's your thoughts, and you can change that things. Even if you've been away in the past, you can change and become someone different. You, in your using your mind, can do that. Even if someone else did something to you, you can work through that, and you can take yourself out of that, and you can change how that is affecting you. Only and you get what I mean? So again, no blame, not you, none of that stuff. Don't think that Noelle is saying any of that. Noelle would never be saying that. What Noelle is saying is you're the solution. You're the problem and you're the solution. Now let's get into fear. Most people are not rich. Most people don't have a business. Most people can't be a millionaire. Most people can't be a multimillionaire. Why? Because they're afraid. They are afraid, and they let those fears hold them back. And fear may show up in excuses. Oh, I want to do it, but this. Oh, I want to do it, but that. Oh, I've been wanting to get that, but you know what? This happened to me, and then so such and such. I gave them some money, and that didn't work out, and so then I had to do this, and then my kid happened. All of those excuses. And again, I'm not making fun of anybody. All of those excuses, I'm just even saying stuff that I've said, those are your fears. And you cannot get to success without facing your fears. You are where you are because that's how you see yourself. So if you want to get to that next level, you have to start facing your fear. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. You're going to have to feel the fear and do it anyway. I had a mentor I paid $55,000 for. My mother told me I was a fool. Why would you pay this person that much money? Well, within a year, I had made over $500,000 from the things that she taught me. And yes, I was afraid, like, am I really going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. Even when I was broke, bankrupt, and living in my parents' basement, I spent $20,000 on a coach. I had to make payments, and I had to cancel a class and all this stuff to even come up with the money. But I was afraid, but I just felt like I could do it. And it's in those things, because even as you grow, so let's just talk about my first mentor, broke, bankrupt. Then a few years later, I say, okay, I want to stop flipping houses and stop having to do all of this flipping. I want to teach it as well. I want to learn how to teach this. I want to learn how to speak on stages and teach people. I want to be able to go to colleges and do all the things that I do to speak and teach on this thing. So I had to get a different mentor to teach me that skill set. And I had to invest in that, and I had to let something go to kind of go on to that next thing. It's like a trapeze. You have to be willing to let go of that next trapeze to grab the next one. You can't hold on to both of them at the same time. Okay, that's an example. Hopefully my editor can give you a visual of like what holding on to two trapeze pieces looks like, and what letting go and moving on to the next one really looks like. And that's how it's supposed to flow. So you do have that fear, but you do it anyway. You're not deterred by it. And the more you start to do things that you're afraid of, and you keep kind of going forward, the better you will get at it. Because becoming a millionaire from someone that's not a millionaire, like myself, like coming from broke and bankrupt to millionaire, I had to do things that I hadn't done before. I had to do things that were scary to me. I had to talk to people that, were way more successful than me, and maybe they were trying to take advantage. You have all of these skeptical thoughts and cynical thoughts about people. And again, that's inner work that you need to do. That's the brutal truth. And becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a business owner, that is truly the best self-development program you could ever be in. Like learning, starting your own business and learning to feed yourself through your business is the best self-help. Like you will learn every flaw that you have in yourself. You will run people off. You will get people to behind you, and you will learn the things that you're good at and the things that you just are struggling with, and the things you will get better at it. Everyone can do this. Okay. You don't have to, it's not about being smart. This is not about being educated. It's not being beautiful, short, tall, black, white, yellow, purple, whatever, race, religion, sexuality. None of those things matter. That's another brutal truth. Stop thinking that because you have some thing about you, that's the thing that's holding you back. Like, oh, it's because I'm a woman. Oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, it's because no, baby, it's you. Those are actually your gifts. Those things that you think are holding you back and probably why someone's not going to work with you or why you're not being successful is your gift, because there's only one you. And you got to really start again. This goes back to the first one that I said, how you're talking to yourself, what you think of yourself. And so this is why most people can't be successful. The truth of the matter is they don't want to face their fears. They don't want to take a risk. They're trying to safely tiptoe their way to death. And you can't safely tiptoe your way to death. You have to start taking chances. You have to just go for it. And the more you go for it, the better you'll get at it. And the bigger it gets. I remember being scared of, signing over $20,000. And it was $200,000. Now $2 million. And it just grows and grows. And yeah, you might sweat when you have to do that next bigger thing. But just think, this is an abundant universe. There are people buying car dealerships, people buying planets right now, buying islands. So you don't need to be afraid about buying a laptop, you know what I mean? Or buying a logo, or investing in yourself in some class, some seminar, some conference, different things like that. And one of the gifts that I have given to people is this combination. So I've written this book, Pick a Horse. It is an Amazon bestseller. And then this journal you can actually get for free. You can get both of these by going to deals.noellerandall.com. Go right now. We will ship these books to you. You just cover the shipping. The books are free. Pick a Horse is a book about choosing you. Like, I really poured my heart into this book to tell my real story about how I started just gaining that courage, and the things that I tell you on how you really can be a multimillionaire, how you really can be successful, how you really can grow, how you can do anything you want. You can be anything, have anything, do anything. And it's all just you and your belief in you and being open to other people. But again, you're not going to attract other people to you if you are repelling them away with your thoughts that they're this or they're that. You have to be welcoming to them and you'll attract them to you. But anyway, Pick a Horse. Get this book. It is an Amazon bestseller, and it really teaches you some strategies on how to start choosing you, how to decide the thing that you want to do, to dedicate your life to, find your purpose, and make lots of money with it. And then, of course, there is the manifestation journal that will help you achieve your number one goal in just 100 days. Okay. You can get both of these books, again, absolutely free. You just cover the shipping at deals.noellerandall.com. Go right now. Supplies are limited and we will ship these out immediately to you. These two things in combination, I feel like can really help you get to the next level. And then last but not least, of course, sticking to something. You have to stop quitting. The reason why most people are not successful with something is because they quit. And if you just keep going, a committed man can't fail. Okay. You have to just keep going. You have to stop stopping. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book, to encourage you to keep going. Even when things aren't looking good, just keep going. It really is probably right over the horizon. And you usually don't even know how far you've come. And it's you stopping and quitting and starting all over again that's really holding you back. If you just keep going and doing a little bit on it each day and just chipping away at it, you will become successful. Okay. You will become rich, especially too, once you put it in your mind, you have your numbers, you know what you want, and you believe you can have it. It's truly just that simple. Okay. And then these tools like here, especially things like journaling, it just helps you start to brainwash yourself. So psychologically, these things are happening. You're writing it down. You're documenting your journey. You're going to teach other people about it. And you're going to look back one day at what you journaled and be so excited at what you created. So that's another reason why you journal. It helps you get in your mind that it's happening. Psychologically, it gets to your subconscious mind. And then third, is such an amazing thing, such a keepsake to go back. I love looking back at old journals that I've written and like, wow, I did it. Oh my gosh, I do have a condo over here. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to go to this island. Oh, I did, make $250,000 in a day, or all of these different goals that I had. I was able to go back and look at journals and achieve. And you can do those exact same thing. You really do write it down and make it happen. It's really that simple. So again, both of these are free. You just cover the shipping at deals.noellerandall.com. Why? Because I want to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, all of the resources, and all of the tools that you need to be successful. This is Noelle Randall. See your success.
Let's fix that.
All right, one more thing. Thank you for sticking around. Please subscribe to this channel. Less than 1/3 of you watching this video are actually subscribed to this channel. Please help me help you by subscribing. It's absolutely free. Just click that button right there. Just click it, you click it, you click it, and then that's it. Subscribe, and it's free. And it helps me, and it helps you. All right, see you next time.